Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. We're going to be switching gears here and talking about solar with one special lady this morning. It's Erica Klutmeyer, Sustainability Specialist, City of Fitchburg. Erica, how you doing this morning?
I appreciate that. Welcome, Jeremy.
I've set the bar so high that you have to produce now.
Right. You make me feel very special. I'm always glad to be here. And especially today, I'm super excited to talk about our solar project that the council just approved funding and contracts for last week. And so we're ready to roll. We have a few final approvals yet ahead of us, but things are all coming together. The sun is shining on Fitchburg all the time, so we're going to harness it. We're going to harness the energy from the sun and power some of our buildings.
Yeah, so let's break down this project first as a reminder for folks who may not be familiar with it.
Yes. So we're looking at producing about 355 kilowatts of solar electric power. So that's about 10% of what we use for the city on an annual basis. So it's a really good sized project. It's come in, we had a really reasonable bids, come in just under 600,000. So it's a really good time to get into solar. Prices are coming down dramatically, as we read about all the time in the paper. And so we're really pleased to be putting panels on the West Fire Station, City Hall, the library, and the Public Works Garage. One of the things we looked at when we were trying to figure out where to put the panels was where's the energy use? Where are those energy loads? So that we can use up all that energy and not have to send it back to the grid. So we picked those 4 sites for that reason. And it's gonna make a big difference. The other thing we look at is things like shading and the age of the roof. We had to eliminate a whole bunch of sites that had older roofs. So these are going to be 4 great sites.
Yeah, and you said it takes 10%. This is going to take away 10% of non-renewable energy and to be using renewable energy, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I break it down and look at some of the numbers, these panels last like 40 to 60 years. We're kind of using a 40-year threshold when we're doing all of our cost savings estimates, and they're really low maintenance too. You know, especially the panels. There's nothing that needs to happen to the panels. And after 20 years, we have to replace the inverters, but otherwise they're going to sit up there and they're going to produce energy. They're going to, cut air pollution and reduce carbon emissions and do all sorts of good things. But, we're looking at saving $53,000 in year 1, and then way up to year 40, about $3.1 million collectively. So you can see the impact.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
always heavy on the front end as far as costs go, but stretch it out for a long period of time.
Exactly.
The payoff is
right.
astronomical.
Exactly. I know we're looking at a 9 to 11 year payback, which is great. Interest rates are low for us for borrowing. And, a simple payback would be 11 years. If there were no rate increases, we know that's not going to happen, but we wanted to be conservative. So, it's more likely that these will be paid off at more like 9 years.
2 questions.
Okay.
So solar's for dummies, like this guy right here, solar for dummies. What about our Wisconsin weather? And let's say, I don't know, when that white stuff, I can't say it. I don't want to get in trouble here.
Yep.
But when that white stuff starts falling during the W time of season,
yeah.
How does snow affect those panels?
Well, when they're covered, they don't produce. When they're covered with snow, they aren't able to collect the energy from the sun. It's true. But they also, we're not going to go up there and clear the snow off or anything, but
a little safety factor there.
Right, exactly. But they are at a little bit of an angle too. So some of the snow, especially like on City Hall roof, which has an angle already, like on the library roof where it's flat, that's probably not going to clear as easily. But overall, like the number 1 solar producing country in the world is Germany, and they're largely at a further northern latitude than us. So it's kind of surprising surprising actually how well we can do. And I think, sharing those cost savings, we're going to produce an estimated 480,000 kilowatt hours in 1 year. So that's pretty good. And there's so many great tools out there that can help us estimate that. And of course, we've hired consultants and our solar contract, Arch Electric too, and those professionals have all the details. But any person who wants to check out their own roof can go to the PV watts calculator at the Department of Energy, which I did at the beginning of the project. And when I got everything back from our consultants, it's really accurate. It's pretty impressive. So you correct for factors like your latitude and so on.
Well, and there are just so many different options too. So I've seen some that turn with the sun, as you get coverage all day.
Right.
You'll have the stationary ones like we will have, but that still can cover, depending where you set them.
That's right.
There's a whole thing to this. It's crazy.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of options and a lot of ways to set it up. So we're really happy with our setup and think it's going to produce really well into the future. And we're gonna keep monitoring it very closely and set up a system. And wanted to let people know that we're going to have an online monitoring system so people can go onto our website in real time and check out what we're producing. And the library is going to have a kiosk and a little solar demonstration panel so people can see what the library is producing as well. It's going to be a great educational tool for the library, a great addition to our LEED Gold building.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see that, and we'll watch for the project to get started.
All right.
All right, Erica, always a pleasure, and we'll see you back, not next month. You got special guests for us next month, but we'll be back with you soon.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break, wrap it up. It's Talking Fitchburg.